Today's story is about roots. Ooh, there's two of us. Roots. Roots. And we know about roots because we saw those last week. The root is the part that grows under the ground. Somebody dug one up. Hey, nobody drew these pictures. Where do these pictures come from? Yep, a camera again. Roots is by Vijaya Bodak. She's the one who wrote all of our other ones about flowers and about stems and about leaves. And her friend Gail Saunders Smith took the pictures with the camera. So she's called the photographer. Yeah, photographer. Roots. Oh, there it is. Table of contents. A photographer, table of contents. Real or pretend, do you think? Yep, it's real. So let's see. If we want to find roots that we eat, we can look right on page 16. But I want to know everything, so let's read the whole story. Plants need roots. Roots keep plants from falling over. Roots grow down into the ground. So if a big wind comes, it won't blow over or blow away. This tree has its roots showing. Usually you don't get to see that. Roots get food for the whole plant. They can suck up food and water from the soil because the soil has lots of vitamins too. Oh, look at those roots. Roots send food up the plant stems, and stems carry the food to the rest of the plant. Oh, look at those roots. Those go down really, really deep into the ground. All kinds of roots. Long tree roots spread out under the soil. They search for water below. So they go far, far, far in search of water. Shallow cactus roots soak up rain quickly. They store water for the plant. And their roots don't go deep. Their roots go wide looking for water. They don't go down deeper. They go wide. Water lily roots grow down into the mud. Roots keep the plants from floating away. So pretty in a pond. Roots that we eat. You can't see them growing, but they're growing under the ground. We eat some roots. Carrots are the tap roots of green, leafy carrot plants. The only part of the carrot plant that you usually see is the stem and the leaves, but growing down deep are the roots, the part that we do eat. Turnips are also root vegetables. They taste good in soups and in salads. They grow under the ground too. The only part that you can see is the stem and the leaves. Here are some radishes. Deep or shallow, thick or thin, roots help plants stay alive. Oh, look, parts of a corn plant. It starts with a seed. And then look at those roots grow. The little stem pokes up above the ground. These are the leaves of a corn plant. And what do we do with? Do we eat that part? No, we peel the leaves off. We say we husk the corn. And what part do we eat? We eat the seeds. And then you can plant them again. Now, what's Mrs. Casamasa's word for this? It's real. It's not fake. Nonfiction. You know it. Nonfiction. It had a photographer and an author. It taught us about roots. Now, you must have already guessed. This is the pretend one today. And look, you can tell. Look at the characters. We got a big old sleepy bear, and I think he's wearing a tie. And then we've got a little bunny. I love it. He's wearing a carrot shirt. Animals wearing clothes? Definitely pretend. It's called Tops and Bottoms. It's written by Janet Stevens. She wrote the words, so she's called the author. And she drew the pictures. So she's called the the illustrator, Tops and Bottoms. I like this inside cover. It has all these root vegetables, carrots and turnips and radishes. It has some flowers that we eat, like broccoli. It has some stems that we eat. It has some celery. And it has some seeds that we eat. That's the corn. It has some leaves that we eat. There's some cabbage. I saw lettuce. Where's the lettuce? Maybe that's the lettuce here. All different parts that we eat. Oh, silly book. It goes like this. Tops and bottoms. I wonder what that means. Oh, maybe it means that these are the tops of a plant. These are the bottoms of, maybe. Let's see. Once upon a time, there lived a lazy bear, a very lazy bear, who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his money and his land to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. I love how he sleeps with his shoes on. Not far down the road lived a hare, another name for a bunny. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost it in a little betting game. Hare and his family were in bad shape. The children were so hungry. "Father Hare, we must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. Has something to do with that bear, I bet. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. "Hello, Bear. Wake up. It's your neighbor, Hare. I have an idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. "We can be business partners," Hare said. All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Yes, sir, Bear. We're in this together. I'll work, you sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So what will it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms?" "Oh, let's see," Bear said with a yawn. I'll take the top half, Hare." "Right, tops." Hare smiled. "It's a done deal, Bear." Let's see. Oh, look at snoring Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everybody pulled up those weeds so that the plants would have all they needed and the weeds wouldn't steal everything. Bear slept, and the crops grew in nice lines like that. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops, I get the bottoms." Look at him holding his face. Wake up. Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them in a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Hey, wait a minute. The bottom half is all the good food. What did they leave Bear with? The leaves and the stems that you can't even eat. Not of those plants, at least. Oh my goodness. And they threw some right on his head, and he's still sleeping. Uh-oh. Look at that face. Bear stared at his pile. "But Hare, all the best parts are in your half." "Oh, well, you chose the tops, Bear," Hare said. "Now, Hare, you tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms." Hare agreed. "It's a done deal, Bear." Uh-oh. That Hare is tricky. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went back to work. They planted and watered and weeded. Oh, look at that lazy Bear with his shoes on. Bear slept as the crops all grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms, I get the tops." He's trying to wake him up. Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Look at all the good food that was in the tops this time. The top half had the lettuce and the celery and the broccoli. Oh no, look at Bear. Bear's part just has the roots. That's the part that you can't eat of these plants. Uh-oh. I have a feeling it's not going to be good. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. Hare, you cheated me again. But Bear, Hare said, you wanted the bottoms this time. Bear growled, you plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice and you owe me one season of both the tops and the bottoms. Oh, you're right, poor old Bear, sighed Hare. It's only fair that you get the tops and the bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear. It's a done deal. Oh, I don't know about this. Hare, let's see. Oh, there he goes back to sleep. So Bear went back to sleep and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, and then watered and weeded some more. Work, 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 work. What's Bear doing? Sleep, 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 sleep. He wants good food. He better start working, huh? Bear slept as those crops grew again. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, wake up, Bear! It's time that you get the tops and the bottoms. Look at him trying to wake him up by the cheeks, holding his cheeks. Uh-oh, he's got an angry face. There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. See, Bear, this time you get the tops and the bottoms, but I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal. I get the corn. He took the top half of the corn and the bottom. Oh, no. By now, Bear was wide awake. That's it, Hare, he hollered. From now on, I'll plant my own crops, and I'll take the tops, bottoms, and the middles. Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. Fast, 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 fast. So now Bear's going to plant his own. Oh, look at Bear working. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with all of the crops that he sold at the market. They opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. And look, the back half is more of the vegetables again. The tops and the bottoms and the middles. So, there was a problem in this story. The problem, what could it have been? Well, Hare needed food. Another problem was that he tricked Bear. He did. Every time Bear wanted a certain part of the plant, Hare would make sure that the opposite. If Bear wanted tops, then the bottoms were the part that had the food. And if Bear chose bottoms, then he'd plant the food that has the top part. Oh my goodness, he was so tricky, wasn't he? So he fixed a problem, though. He fixed the big problem. Was Bear lazy at the end? Bear learned his lesson. And then Hare was able to buy land and plant his own vegetables again. That's kind of a good lesson to learn, right? If you want it, you have to work for it.